Welcome to Vlogmas, day 12. I'm Holly, sewing in Scottish, and we're halfway through, I guess, if we're on day 12. That's gone in fast. I have to apologise for taking a wee bit of time off over the weekend. I think one of the side effects of having a really busy, full-on week last week, where I was kind of going from the minute I woke up to the minute I stopped, was that as soon as I got a bit of time to relax, I may have relaxed too far. And Saturday night, Sunday were a bit of a write-off in terms of productivity. Actually, that's not entirely true. I did manage to get some things cut out yesterday, so that was a start. But yeah, I perhaps need to inject a little bit more urgency into that sort of side of things. So yeah, I'm back, but did some stuff on Saturday that I will talk about towards the end, and yesterday just relaxed with my other half, stayed in. I had thought about going to get the Christmas tree, but that didn't happen because he's feeling a wee bit run down still, which is totally understandable. He is getting about a bit better though. So that is on the agenda for this week, or maybe today. Although, -7 last night, and I think it is still -3 now, even though it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that beautiful sun that is blaring in isn't actually doing anything, but I don't care because it's fantastic. I'm completely solar powered, so this is fine for me. I don't care that it's so cold that the whole street has frozen over and I think I could possibly skate around it. It's that thick. I'm going to get started with advent calendars, and then I have some fabrics to show you today, and then I'm going to tell you what I got up to on Saturday. Let's start with Kylie and the machine. I have no idea what day we are on. Okay, we were on 14 yesterday, which means today's 13. Okay, we're now almost at the point, I guess we are at the point of intersection. Okay, tomorrow will be 13 and 12, and today is 13 and 12. Okay. I've got 2 little pink labels that say "mwah." Like, they'll be quite good side seam labels, I think. They'd be really sweet. Like them. I think it's sort of a baby pink and a darker pink. It looks a bit pink and red, but I don't actually think it is. But yeah, 2 of them. Lovely. Fabric Godmother next. Oh no. There's going to be a bit of rummaging, I think, because I have not gone through my Beyond the Pink door and put number 12 on top. We're on number 12. That's my email. Always pre-wash your fabric with the same settings you would wash the finished garment. That's good advice, isn't it? Ooh, what have we got here? It's a little flat one with something in it. Be careful I don't accidentally put these in the recycling. Oh. Ah. So it's a little magnetic needle holder in the shape of a star, and that is from Kate Blanford. Little wooden star. That's really sweet. Love needle minders. As a cross stitcher, I have a few. And they're always handy. And I quite like to have one by my sewing machine as well, because if you're switching between needles, you can put the old one on the magnet, and then you know what it is. Beyond the Pink door box. I didn't go through to find number 12. Let's see if I can tell by the power of looking. That's not on the top. Number 12. There's hardly any left in here. Oh. Wait. Okay, no, that's number 20. It is. I was starting to go through it. Did I accidentally open this yesterday? I didn't. What could it be? Oh, this is a good gift. So it's Fiskars scissor sharpeners to restore your scissors to a precise cutting edge. I don't have any of these. This is good. I think Simon has a knife sharpener for doing the kitchen knives, and I sort of toyed with the idea of giving him my sewing scissors to sharpen, but this is good. Awesome. So that's Advent. I'm still on the coffee, even though it's 2:10. Had some posts both today and on Saturday that I will show you. First is from Black Friday, leftover from deliveries from Black Friday are still coming in, so yeah. And some of you will recognise it. It is the fabric from the So Hailey Jane box in November, but this is the classic box fabric. I subscribed to the luxury box, and yeah, I was a bit gutted when I saw this pop up as the classic box fabric. I think, yeah, that was the first time I've ever thought, actually I wish I'd had that one instead. Because look at it, it's a rainbow tartan. Of course it is a rainbow tartan. It's just amazing. It really is. And now I see what everyone meant when they say, oh, the colours on the camera don't really do it justice. They actually don't. Yeah, it's so good. I was hoping as soon as I saw this that there would be some left over and that there would be an outlet shop sale soon so I could get my hands on some. So I did. And yeah, chuffed to bits with it. It's a really interesting fabric, and it's hard almost to describe the feel of it, but it's versatile. It feels like it could be really versatile, and I've seen people say they're going to make dresses, I've seen people say they're going to make trousers or jackets, and yeah, now I see what you mean. There's not much you couldn't do with this fabric, I have to say. And I have, yeah, wasn't really sure until it came, and now I'm sort of thinking like, oh, a heather blazer maybe. Like, I would love a blazer in this. It would just be so jazzy. I don't know if it would be a wee bit, maybe just stepped off the shortbread tin. Bit too literal now that I'm back in Scotland, but I don't care. It's gorgeous. So it'll be something. Maybe a blazer, or I don't know. I've just rumbled up in a little ball. I will put this in the wash soon. What else came today? Oh, this was a remnant piece from Lamazi Fabrics. I recently purchased the Sew Over It Estelle dress. I'm going to put a picture in there so you can see. But it is a jersey or a knit dress that kind of has a tie detail at the waist, and I thought it needs kind of a slinkier sort of jersey. And this is a good one. I saw the remnant piece pop up on the Lamazi Fabrics in this beautiful blue. It is on their website as the Allure Knit, Allure, A-L-L-U-R-E. And I knew that this would be perfect because I already have this in the black colourway and the navy colourway that I am fully intending on doing some basics with. But yeah, it's got this almost sort of marled effect. Hang on, I'll put it up in the light so you can see it better. But it's really drapey, and yeah, just has a nice weight to it, a bit slinky. And I thought it would look really pretty in that dress. And it's such a nice colour. I think they've called it Moroccan blue, so you can kind of see how it has that really vivid blue colour. and love it. Don't ask me when this is going to happen. January, February maybe. The future. More future plans. There is a how to do fashion pattern. Sophie from How to Do Fashion recently messaged me on Instagram and said, would you like to try one of our patterns for free? And I was like, yes, of course. And I chose the Hamburg shirt blouse. That is really just a sort of classic shirt pattern, but it has a few wee details that I'm quite intrigued by, including double bust darts, which is interesting. I don't think I've ever made anything or worn anything that has double bust darts, but very curious to try. So I have downloaded that pattern, thank you to Sophie, and I could have dug around in there and found some fabric, but then this popped up as a remnant piece on Sew Me Sunshine, and I think it's a fabric Godmother print. I've got 2 meters of it. It's this lovely floral, oversized floral, with a dark green. Actually, it's not dark green, is it? It's kind of, I don't know what this colour of green is, but it's pretty bright emerald. Bright emerald, is that colour? Yeah, sorry, the light's gone a bit. We'll go this way a bit. Yeah, with the blues, different tones of sort of cobalt blue, and it's a viscose twill, and I thought that would make a really nice weight shirt blouse. And yeah, you don't see that sort of green and blue together too often, but I thought that would work. So also in the to wash pile for January, February, March, April, May time. And the last wee bit of fabric from that order also came from Sew Me Sunshine, and it is See You at 6 French Cherry. I think there's about 1.5 meters of this, from their autumn collection, and it's gorgeous. If you can have a look at that. Just this sort of vintagey florals in these oranges and creams and rusts and purples, and there's actually a wee bit of blue, which is the ether blue that I showed you. Hang on. This. There's a little bit of that in there, and actually you can't really see it on camera, so I was quite surprised too. So I go, oh, it's actually got a bit of blue in it when it showed up. Now, this See You at 6 collection, the autumn one, I went a bit mad, and I think I now own 9 fabrics from the autumn collection, not including the matching ribbing for the French cherries, which I think would take it up to 13. Just take my money. Just set up a direct debit and give me all your fabric. Thankfully for me, the winter collection came out as well recently, and whilst it is beautiful, it doesn't have the greens and the lilacs and the colours that are just going to get me to hand over my cash in buckets, thankfully. But yeah, this is just going to be a wee sweatshirt. The colours of this are gorgeous. Not sure what ribbon I'll go with yet, because I actually have the ribbon in this colour and the ribbon in this colour. So actually I think I have the ribbon in the cream colour as well, and the blue. So could go wild there. But yeah, that collection. Woofed. I haven't actually, I think I've only made one thing with it so far, which was a Soviet heather dress, and I will show you that in an upcoming video because I've been wearing it tons, and I'm surprised I haven't worn it so far actually on camera. I was trying to think if I've worn it so far this month. I must have done, but it must have been on like the dates where I was essay writing. So yes, that was that, and I'm not going to buy any more fabric from that collection. I think I'm finished now. So yeah, that was my post today. What else have I had through the post? Oh, another wee thing I got through the post. So I'm in the middle. I haven't even started. I am about to embark on making another Alfred jacket, which I think will be my 5th Alfred jacket for a Christmas gift. So I really need to get the finger out. Realised I didn't have any buttons, and I saw these buttons. Oh, you're not going to be able to see, are you? Can you see? La Petite Maison Couture collaboration with Pigeon Wishes buttons. And they are the Heritage Collection. So these popped up just as I was looking for buttons, and I thought, oh, they might be just the thing. So they come in this beautiful little box, like a matchbox, and you have your buttons. So these are, what are they called? Saint Germain? Saint Pierre. Saint Pierre buttons, and they are this is where the light gets a bit tricky. Kind of ambery, brown resin buttons, bio resin buttons. Gorgeous. And you get 8 in your little thing. So yeah, they're going to be going on this Alfred jacket, and hopefully I have enough. I don't think I've ever seen such fancy buttons before. Yeah. No one will probably ever know or appreciate just how fancy those buttons are once they're on the jacket. My other half said, oh, they just look like normal buttons. So that's the wrong thing to say. But I have to say the experience of receiving them was lovely, and they're beautiful. And there are some other colourways in that collection that I would perhaps treat myself to one day. Yeah. Saturday I will tell you about, because I did some things. I might have mentioned in my last video that I was going to a design fair exhibition. No, it's for a fair, a design fair in the local country park near me with my mum, which we did. I tried to get some footage, but it just didn't work out. It was in quite a small space, and there were a decent amount of people there, so didn't manage to quite find the space to film. I felt very sort of self-conscious filming other people, and yeah, I'm just not that comfortable filming people who I don't know, who haven't said, yeah, I'm fine with this. So yeah, I didn't get much footage of inside, unfortunately, but there was a brass band playing outside, which was cool, so I will add that on to the end of the video so you can hear what they were playing. Definitely added to the Christmas spirit. But yeah, it was really interesting, and I'm going to put some links in the box down below of some things that I think you might be interested in looking. So there was a couple of textile designers. Yeah, if you're watching this channel, it's probably because you love fabric too. And one I was chatting with, and she was saying, I'm addicted to beautiful fabric, and I was like, I'm your twin. Same. You don't have to explain to me the difference between loving sewing and loving fabric, and that there's not always a correlation. And she had some really beautiful prints that she had made up into homewares and clothes. So I'll pop her in the link below. And there was a really amazing Glasgow-based designer called Dastardly Lines, and what they do is take the self edges from cashmere and reweave them into a new fabric to make things like scarves and blankets. And when I tell you, these are incredible. So soft, and the fact that they're taking something that would have otherwise become waste or a useless material and turned it into something so beautiful is incredibly clever. So they're going in the link below as well. And I can't afford to treat myself like that just now, but when I can, or when I've done something that warrants it, I definitely will be getting one of their scarves, because beautiful. And I think that sort of creativity around sustainability and reusing materials is just, yeah, needs to be supported, I think. And then we ran into one of my mum's friends who was exhibiting her work there, and she is a textile designer who hand screen prints onto silk fabrics and has it made up into scarves and blouses and things. But she had some fabric on her stall. Let me show you. I can hear my cat jingling about outside, and she's not getting in until she's not ever getting anywhere near this fabric. So it is a silk crepe de chine, and I got just over 1.5 meters. So it's 1.67 meters by 1.37, which should be enough to get a really nice blouse out of. If you just have a look at this. Get all the shapes. I'm going to stand up so you can see. I'm back. Is that not just absolutely stunning? I would love a blouse out of this, a classic shirt blouse. I think it would just be incredible. This was an early Christmas present from my mum, who, as soon as we saw that there was a bit of fabric that she was selling on the stall, I was like, and my mum's going, oh no, how much is this going to cost me? I was like, it can be my Christmas. So yeah, that was my Christmas. Just the detail on some of these are, you can see, incredible, eh? I've never had fabric so nice. And I'm going to fold this up very neatly once I'm finished here, and I'm going to put it in a box, and then I'm going to put the box in another box and cat proof it, basically, because she would love this and she would destroy it in seconds. But yes, that is a very far in the future. Once I have a perfect fitting classic blouse pattern, that's what that's going to be, I think. So yeah, I will put links to Fiona, who made this. I'm just crumpling it up in the box below too. So yeah, we are now on, have to, hang on. That's a bit cold. So yeah, now on have to. I've had a little uni, what do you call it, interactive computer marked assignment that was due in today, which in theory is quite easy because it's multiple choice, and yeah, 10 questions, multiple choice, submit by whenever. But it's economics based, which is not my strong point. And actually quite a lot of the questions are maths based, which is even less my strong point. So I think I've got 4 left to do, and then I can submit that, and then I need to go and start cutting out some fabrics and things. We need to go to the shop. We need to brave the ice rink outside, and maybe go and get a Christmas tree. But I have a funny feeling going by the time that we are on today, even if we get a Christmas tree, that Christmas tree will not be decorated today. We'll see. I might put it back on depending on what I end up getting up to a wee bit later, because I plan on cutting some things out and being a bit sewing orientated. I might take you with me, but if I don't, for whatever reason, I'll see you tomorrow. I think that's the plan. Oh, if you haven't watched Beyond the Pink Door, vlogs over the last couple of days, they've been amazing, and Andrea's been really open and sharing her story, and she's so interesting to listen to. But also, she's got a big head, and so do I. And I ended up measuring my head today, 23.5 inches. 23.5 inches. That's ridiculous, isn't it? I took my tape measure through to my other half, and he was And he says, what are you doing? I said, I'll just measure my head. He's like, oh, is it not long enough? Do you need me to add some more on? So I added, so I measured his head, and he's 24 inches. So he's got a bigger head than I have, so he can't really take the pee anymore. Well, he can. But yeah, I encourage you to all go and measure your heads. I hope you have a great day, and if I see you later, awesome. If not, take care.